What's up? What's up? Good evening. We're with Setting Life with Redneck again with COA Radio. I want to thank everybody for listening, and I'm kind of getting teared up because to see young kids be able to have so much to say, and we shut them up so quick because we think they don't know nothing. And for you being 20 years old and coming into this program at 18 and talking about recovery like you do, it's like exciting. Because I always seen her, and I always see she's always at the meetings all the time. She's always got a smile on her face, and she's just got this look about her that's like, you know what, there's something about her. But see, this is where I'm wrong, and I'm going to apologize to her now because you know how human nature, we judge people just because when we first see them, I'm thinking she looks like a little smart ass. I mean, I'll be honest with you. You know how I am. I'm straightforward. And I didn't give her, so it took me a little while before I actually approached her and started talking to her. And the first time that I actually talked to her and she physically opened her mouth up to talk, I knew I was 100% wrong.
Thank you for having me. I don't know, ever since I was younger, it's drugs, alcohol, always been in my life. Family, big drinkers, drugs, everything. I had a lot of family members die from overdoses. I have one family member in recovery. Other than that, they don't believe in it. Right. Like, I just realized that I don't want to go back to that. And you know, like they say, try to forget the bad things you did, because like you don't want to live in that forever, because sometimes that'll just make you feel like crap. Right. But for me, sometimes I need to bring myself back to that place. I need to remember what I was like. I need to remember how I treated people, and I need to remember how I felt. Because if I don't, then I get cocky, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay. I can, like, you know, I can hang out with the same people, or I can go to parties, or you know, I can drink a little. And I can't speak for other people, but I can't, and I've learned that the hard way.
Like, I was the only fat guy in rehab. Okay, that's another thing. We'll continue with the other story. It just reminded me of something. When I went to rehab, I was 315 pounds. I'm about 6'1". And you know, people were like, you know, fat guy in rehab, like, are you in the right rehab? Should you be at some other type of 12-step recovery program that's involved with food, maybe? No. I was, you know, definitely an addict, but I did not miss a meal. I'm sorry, you know. No matter how high I was eating something. And some of the people in there were looking at me, and the people from the rehab were from inner cities and convicted felons and things of those natures. And they started accusing me of being an undercover cop. You know, this is hilarious. And I was like, okay, you got me. I'm here at the rehab to bust the river of cocaine that's flowing through here from Colombia and circulating throughout all the tri-state area. You know, oh, you got me. You got me.
If a picture speaks 1,000 words, imagine what kind of story a scar would tell. You ever pass someone and they have a mark on their arm or their leg, maybe their face? It's a keloid, a raised scar tissue, or it's a mark from maybe stitches or whatever it might be. Everyone has a story to tell, and not everyone has a physical scar to show for it, but everyone has a scar.
Conquering Addiction Hour on the City of Angels Recovery Radio, COARR.com. Hey, we're in the back room, everybody, with City of Angels Recovery Radio, right? Allison, good to see you. Terry from City of Angels. Tom Redneck.
What's up?
What's up?
Can't see you.
Redneck in the house. Sharing your scars, and your name once again? Rebecca. You all right? Good to go? She's just quiet. That's okay. I seen her picture on the website, so I know she did. I got her picture on there. Well, listen, guys, it's been an awesome night here at the Coffee House. We just want to thank you for coming out and being a part of what we do here. And, of course, we are so thankful that we have an opportunity to be on COA Radio. It has been an unbelievable ride, hasn't it, guys? From day one, I think it's kind of cool right now. You hear music kind of in the background.
We're still in the house. We're still doing what God has us to do.
It's been good, Rick.
Great.
When you're dealing with addiction, it don't matter if it's drugs, alcohol, if it's self-injury, if it's if it's sex, if it's violence, overeating, shopping. You know, and we won't even get into the shopping part with this many women in here. But you know what it is? It's just to get the word out, man. You know, we can talk openly. We can talk about our faith. We've had people in there that even said, you know what? Well, I'm not like you. I don't believe in God. And I said, that's cool.
Everything is coming together. I think we've got the biblical show going on. You've got the treatment and the testimony time. Now you got sharing your scars, so a little different aspect.
But it's vital.
But it is
absolutely
extremely vital.
That's going to. But when I listened to your show, everything you were saying, I could put the cutting to the side and put everything in context to my life. And I applied everything that you said. It was. That's what you talked about that. Because we can self-mutilate our lives. You don't have to do it with a razor or a knife or a poker. We can do that with a bag of pop.
Or fight, as you just said, or put holes through walls, cabinets, and everything else, right?
We destroy our own futures. We've ruined our homes, we've ruined families, and I drove my ex-wife absolutely nuts with my addiction, and now I drive my present wife, which I love her very much. I drive her nuts with my recovery because I'm a delivered addict. I'm not addicted anymore, but I'm still suffering the consequences and repercussions of addiction.
I really prayed and asked God, what direction do you have me to go into? And I've been asking people different topics, and so far I've got about 5 shows ready to go in my mind.
We have a binder. We put together a binder. We have we can just continually go. We could probably do a show every day for weeks straight and have enough material because I think the need is so big out there. The need, it's on our hearts heavy. That's why we do what we do. So
God gives us the substance, the material. That's right.
And you know what's cool is what all of us are doing. It don't matter if it's you guys, if it's Vicky, or if it's City of Angels. It's topics that nobody want to talk about. I was scared. I was scared on a couple of them because one was talking about, molestation. And I was in Florida, and I'm thinking, I'm going, God, I hope nobody thinks that I took, I went to Florida because of this show. Our intern is the one that took the show and did an awesome job with it. But these days, people don't want to talk about it. Everybody's, it's like, it's
the same with people that are not coming to church. You've got to go out, and that's what Jesus wanted us to do anyway. And this, because they're not going to come to church with this. It's like you're saying, people, it's taboo. They don't know how to deal with that. We don't really know how to deal with it, but the Holy Spirit. And God, and the season that we're living in, this period of time that God, He's just like, remember it says it. He said, okay, now I want you to go out onto the highways and the byways, under the rocks. All these things are like the things that are hidden, the things that are not of the norm. And God is doing something, and it's us being used by Him. It's just being available. None of us can do